a lot of immigrants, especially Hispanics, Mexicans, a lot of Mexicans, and some Somalians. And I'm sure you heard languages around. There's also some Russians and Ukrainians. I was just meeting yesterday with some Ukrainians. It's kind of cool to get to know people from other cultures. But before we get started, I want to read what's on the board. Can someone read it? Really short.
Somos uno en Dios.
Somos uno en Dios. So can you guess the meaning of that? Somos is we are. And then if you play uno, you know what uno means.
We're one and two.
We're gone. One. What's Dios? Dios. That's God in Spanish. So, somos uno en Dios. What's the meaning of that?
What do you spell two then?
D-O-S. Oh, I get why you were.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Dos is like
One
that.
and two.
So you just add an I before the O. So what does it, somos uno en Dios mean? We are one in God. So that's kind of the whole message of this class today, is that we are one in God. If you can take a sheet of paper and talk to the partner that is behind you, or yeah, you two, just behind. And what do you guys think that immigration is? Any ideas about immigration? Just brainstorm anything. Mexicans, tacos, Somalians, culture, any word that comes to your mind. And then we're gonna do an activity with that. So the next person that is next to you. 2 minutes or so.
Thank you. Right. I don't know.
Do we both have to write it down?
No, just one. I mean, you can if you're an overachiever. Immigration. Immigration brainstorm. Anything. Be creative.
Exit.
Be open. If you think of things that may be biased, that's okay too. On a brainstorm.
That's all the time about. No one's seen it. I don't know. It's tall.
Lily's so glad she's sitting by me today.
All right. I'm glad that you are thinking about immigration. We can come back. Muchas gracias. This is a tool that is called Read, Write, Think that you can use. It's free on the internet. readwritethink.org. And we're going to get started there. We're going to name it Immigration. Start webbing. And so what I'm going to do is, you guys have some thoughts that you wrote. and I want to share with a big group. So what I'm going to do is add a circle, and then I'm going to write what you thought, and then after that I'm going to connect these two ideas. Nice. So let's just feel free. What do you guys write? If you can share some of your thoughts, and I'm going to write it here. Different countries. Okay. Something else? Religions. Yep. Keep saying. Cultures. Right? Anything else? ¿Algo más?
Employment.
Sí. ¿Algo más? Appearances. It's all about appearances, right? ¿Algo más? Any other thoughts?
Drug runners.
Joe Brothers?
Drug.
Runners.
Drug?
Drogas.
Drug runners, thank you. I like that you are just feel free to share your thoughts. ¿Algo más? Uy, ¿qué pasó? I want to connect this with this. Alright. ¿Algo más?
Border Patrol.
Yeah. Anything else? No, why is there not? I think of. Hey. Don't do that. I think of. Can you? Is this smart board on? Can I just write it?
No, you have to plug it in.
Okay, that's fine then. I think of Somalians and Hispanics just because one of the biggest reasons why I moved to student teach here is because of the diversity. And I'm gonna be going to Wilmer Middle School, so we're gonna have some Somalians and Hispanics, and I think of that when I think of immigration too, because there's a lot of Somalians. You've probably seen them, and yeah. So these are some of the thoughts that you guys said. Appearances, different countries, religions, employment, cultures, border patrol, drug runners, Somalians and Hispanics. All of these are ideas that come to mind when we think about immigration. Do you guys know the definition of what is an immigrant? What do you guys think is an immigrant? Who is an immigrant? Someone who comes from a different country to another one to live maybe permanently or for a period of time. Usually it's to live for a long period of time. That's why it's called an immigrant. So there are many people that just come for 6 months and then they leave, and so they are not immigrants. They're just coming as visitors. I am not technically considered an immigrant because I have a student visa, so I'm not technically living in the States. I don't have a green card. I'm just a student who's coming to the States. And so just to think about, and why do you say, whoever said border patrol?
Yeah.
Border patrol. Why do you say that? What image came to your mind?
Well, whenever I go to like Canada or down to Mexico, I always see the border patrol cars running around, and so that's just what made me think of it.
Yeah. Do you think like travel when I think of immigrants in the United States, I think like something must be wrong or something is not necessarily in place or legal. The thought of immigration, because of all the news and all the stuff that are happening, may have a negative connotation. We're gonna talk about a specific program. Have you ever heard of the Bracero program? I haven't either until I prepared for this class. So we're gonna read it together. Let's see here. And learn about a program about immigration. Thank you for your ideas. By the way. I have it here on the screen just in case. Alright, let's just make it a little dynamic and read a paragraph. That's okay. Can we start just here? Can you just read one paragraph and then we'll continue going like that?
Okay. The Bracero program. Is that how you say it?
Bracero is the Spanish word.
Economic and social upheaval stemming from both the Great Depression and World War II forced the United States to seek out a source of inexpensive labor to meet its manpower needs in both agriculture and railway income.
You continue, Camila.
Due to this need, a treaty was signed in 1942 between the United States and Mexico to alleviate the shortage of labor, with many American men set out to fight in Europe and elsewhere. The recruitment and processing of available tool laborers from Mexico created what is called the Bracero program. Bracero is a Spanish term which can be defined loosely as one who works with his arms, or as a close equivalent as a field hand. Under this program, Mexican workers, many of whom were loyal peasants, were allowed to enter the United States on a temporary basis. Between 1942 and 1964, the year the program ended, it was estimated that approximately 4.6 million Mexicans nationals came to work in the U.S. as slaves.
Many laborers faced an array of injustices and abuses, including substandard housing, discrimination, and unfulfilled contracts, or being cheated out of wages. Nevertheless, the impact of the Bracero program on the history and patterns of migration and settlement in the United States remains an important area to explore and assess, particularly in the context of civil rights, social justice, and Latino history in the United States.
Give me the fact number 1 and then.
Key facts and moments in the Bracero history include August 4, 1942, the Mexican Farm Labor Program Agreement is signed by the governments of Mexico and the United States, the first establishing the legalization and control of Mexican migrant workers along America's southern border area.
April 29, 1943, the Mexican Labor Agreement is sanctioned by Congress through Public Law 45.
The agreement guaranteed a minimum wage of 30 cents per hour and humane treatment for workers.
Many Braceros remaining in the United States after their final choice and immigration naturalization service became operational back in 1954. Many U.S.-born children of Mexico Braceros were wrongly repatriated along with their parents.
The Bracero program ended in 1964.
Several short-term labor agreements existed until 1951, when Public Law 45 passed and was reluctantly signed by President Harry S. Truman. Although many labor groups viewed the program as a temporary fix to the labor shortages during World War II and considered the presence of Mexican workers as a detriment to employing American laborers, many large farm owners were still able to lobby Congress to change the agreement between Mexico and the United States and create Public Law 78. This law had to be renewed by vote on a biannual basis until the program ended in 1964.
Thank you. So this is a lot of information, but what's the background? The United States is going through the Great Depression, the World War II, and Mexico needs money. Mexican laborers know how to work with their hands, and they need money. So 2 great needs meet. First, the United States needed people to come and work, and then Mexico, a lot of